Would you believe that a real town with over 300 residents could just disappear overnight? No trace, no cries for help, just a chilling, deafening silence. This isn't just a story, it's a mystery that has baffled investigators for decades. Welcome to the enigma of Hollow Creek. Deep in the Oregon woods, Hollow Creek was a quiet, unassuming place. Imagine old wooden houses, a small post office, and a single bar that only came to life on weekend nights. It was the kind of town where everyone knew everyone. But on October 12, 1998, that all changed. That was the last time anyone heard anything from the town. A complete radio silence fell over the valley. 3 days passed. Concern grew. Finally, police received a report. No one in the town was answering their phones. No one had driven out to buy groceries. No children had shown up for school. It was as if the entire community had simply vanished. An investigation team was dispatched immediately, and what they found was beyond unusual. It was downright eerie. As they drove into the deserted town, an unsettling stillness hung in the air. The lights in the houses were still on, casting a ghostly glow onto the empty streets. Dinner was still on the tables, some of it still warm to the touch, as if the families had just sat down to eat. Cats and dogs roamed freely, hungry and confused, but not panicked. In the town office, a computer screen was still on, displaying the news headlines from that fateful day. Everything was in its place, perfectly normal, except for one thing. All 312 residents were gone. There were no signs of a struggle, no signs of a hurried departure, no footprints leading out of the town. No suitcases were packed, no farewell letters were left behind. The doors to their homes were unlocked, as if they had all just stepped outside for a moment and intended to come right back. But they never did. They just disappeared into thin air. Where could they have gone? The investigation took an even stranger turn when a police officer entered the town's small wooden church. There, on a dusty blackboard, scrawled in white chalk, was a cryptic message. They have returned. Who were they? No one had a clue. But that wasn't the most shocking discovery. Nearby, hidden under the church floorboards, was a hole. It looked like the entrance to a cave, about a meter wide, plunging into absolute darkness. It was so deep that even the most powerful flashlights couldn't illuminate the bottom. What was terrifying was that this hole didn't exist on any construction maps or town plans. When did it appear, and who or what dug it? The mystery deepened, and the atmosphere grew thick with dread. As a rescue team prepared to lower a camera into the abyss to investigate, they were stopped dead in their tracks. Faint voices began to echo up from the depths of the hole, whispers that said, "Don't go down here. We're here. Don't go down." The rescue workers froze. The voices were eerily familiar. They matched the voices of the missing townspeople, identical to the recordings they'd heard on old voicemails. But then came the truly impossible part. When they used sensitive equipment to measure the source of the sounds, the readings showed they were coming from over 200 meters underground. There was simply no way anyone could survive at such a depth, crushed by the earth. Were they hearing ghosts? Was it some kind of elaborate, cruel trick? Faced with a phenomenon they couldn't explain, into danger they couldn't assess, the government made a drastic decision. The entire town of Hollow Creek was sealed off, declared a restricted zone, and erased from modern maps. To this day, it remains abandoned, a ghost town rotting away in the Oregon wilderness, guarded by fences and warning signs. No one knows where the 312 people of Hollow Creek went. Ta'ana, no one knows where that deep, dark hole leads. The official report remains inconclusive, filled with more questions than answers. But one thing is whispered among those who know the story. Every year, on the anniversary of the disappearance, on the night of October 12th, if you listen closely near the sealed-off perimeter, you can still hear a faint whisper carried on the wind, a desperate warning from deep underground. Don't let them out.